Okay, real talk. You know that specific kind of discomfort you feel when you're watching a reality show, and a scene is so awkward, so painfully real, that you suddenly feel like you're intruding on something you shouldn't be seeing? That's been my experience watching the Johnston family lately. It's not the fun, chaotic family dynamic we signed up for. It's shifted into something heavier. Something where you can literally see the tension sitting in the room, like an uninvited guest. We're talking about Amber Johnston. Now, before we dive in, I want to be clear, this isn't a character assassination. Amber and Trent have built a beautiful, complex family that has opened up a lot of eyes about dwarfism. But lately, the real fam lens isn't seeing a strict but loving matriarch anymore. Fans are seeing a mother who seems to be struggling deeply with control, and during one particular painful family moment recently, that behavior didn't just annoy viewers, it actually shocked them. So today, we're unpacking that. Why is the fan base turning so heavily? What happened in this specific moment that crossed a line? And where is the line between protecting your kids and emotionally wounding them? Let's break it down. If you've been watching Seven Little Johnstons from the jump, you know that control has always been the central theme of Amber's parenting style. She's not a passive parent. She leans in, she has strong opinions, and she runs a tight ship. And honestly, when the kids were young teenagers, a lot of people defended it. Many viewers argued that raising 5 kids in a world that isn't always kind or accessible requires a certain level of hypervigilance. You want them to be prepared. You want them to be tough. But here's the thing that loyal viewers are starting to point out loudly on Reddit and other platforms. The kids aren't teenagers anymore. They are adults. Real adults. They're getting married, moving out, breaking up, and having babies of their own. Yet, the dynamic in the Johnston household doesn't seem to have graduated with them. When you see a mother still trying to micromanage the emotional responses of her 20-something children, it stops looking like protection. It starts looking like a refusal to let go. Critics have been saying this for years, but recently, the evidence has become undeniable. We're not watching a parent guide adults. We're watching a power struggle, and the kids are constantly losing. So, let's pinpoint the recent moment that sparked this global conversation in the fandom. You may have seen the clip or the episode circulating. It involves a family gathering where vulnerability was high. The family was dealing with a heavy topic, discussing the future, past traumas, or a sensitive health issue. In a moment where one family member was visibly breaking down, showing raw emotion, the camera cut to Amber. Now, you'd expect a mom to soften. You'd expect a tear, a hug, or just a quiet look of sympathy. But viewers noted something completely different. Amber's demeanor seemed hard, unmoving. It was described by many fans watching live as cold and disturbing because her focus didn't seem to be on comforting the person in pain. It seemed to be on controlling the narrative, or worse, looking almost irritated by the display of emotion. This is where the human element comes in. On a podcast or a scripted show, we dissect drama. But in reality, these are real people with real tears. Seeing a family member double down on discipline or emotional rigidity when someone is plainly hurting isn't just bad TV. It's genuinely hard to watch. It triggers something in us, because we all know what it's like to feel dismissed by someone who is supposed to be our soft place to land. We can't have this authentic talk if we don't mention the most glaring pattern: Amber's relationship with her eldest daughter, Anna. If you've been on the fan forums, you've seen the consensus. Anna seems to carry the brunt of the black sheep role. It's a dynamic that has been playing out for seasons, but it escalated to a point where Anna wasn't even invited to Thanksgiving dinner. Let that sink in for a second. A mother not inviting her daughter to Thanksgiving. And the justification given on the show? Amber reportedly claimed it was Anna's choice not to be there. But let's be logical here. How can a person choose to come to an event they were never officially invited to? It's a circular logic that seems to deflect any responsibility back onto the child. Fans were incredibly vocal about this. They saw a mother cutting off her nose to spite her face, allowing her ego to push her child away rather than pulling her closer. It highlights a recurring theme: accountability. Time and time again, viewers feel like Amber holds the kids to an impossibly high standard, yet rarely holds herself accountable for the emotional fallout. But this isn't just about one sibling. This emotional rigidness spills over onto everyone. Take Liz, for example. When Liz got pregnant and had her baby, viewers noticed Amber was heavily involved, some might say overly involved. There was even the controversial moment of buying land right next door, essentially without asking the new parents if that's what they wanted. While Amber framed it as helping, you could see the stress on Liz and Bryce's faces. The message was clear: I will be present and I will have a say. It robs the adult children of the joy of building their own independent lives. Then you have Trent. We have seen instances where Trent is trying to talk about his own health struggles, serious things, like his vertigo symptoms and recent diagnoses, and Amber jumps in, speaking for him, interrupting him. Viewers called it out immediately. Let the man speak. Let him own his own story. This is the crux of the matter. When one person in a family insists on controlling every single narrative, who can be heard, who can speak, where you can live, it ceases to be a healthy unit. It becomes a dictatorship. And reality TV or not, you can't fake the erosion of trust that comes with that. We keep saying fans are frustrated, but let's dig into why it hits a nerve so deeply. It's because the audience isn't seeing a villain from a cartoon. We're seeing a mom who probably thinks she's doing the right thing. If Amber were just a wicked person, it would be easy to write her off. But you can see, in fleeting moments, the desire to be loved and to keep everyone safe. The tragedy and why people are so invested is that her methods are the very thing blowing up the family. Look at the message boards. You constantly see comments like, I had a parent like this, and I haven't spoken to them in 10 years. It's triggering a real-world response. The disturbing behavior isn't loud shouting. It's the cold, calculated withdrawal of affection when someone steps out of line. It's the silent disappointment. For fans of the show, they're mourning the happy family image. They feel like Amber's inability to let go and her need for final authority is not just ruining the season, it's potentially ruining those kids' mental health. For fairness' sake, and this is what keeps things authentic on Real Fam, we have to ask, is there a lens where Amber is just misunderstood? Yes. The Johnston family faces a world that treats them like exhibits. They constantly deal with stares, like that clip where a random stranger shouted a derogatory slur at them at the fair. Trent and Amber have lived decades of this. Amber has said she feels they are looked at as objects, not humans. When the world is so hostile, control is a defense mechanism. If you can control the inside of your home, maybe the outside hurts a little less. I think that's the psychology here. She's trying to armor up her kids so hard that she's forgotten the armor is suffocating them. And let's be real, sometimes the kids make mistakes. Jonah's experimentation with Delta. 8. The tax controversies surrounding the couple. Parents do have a right to step in. But there's a grand canyon between stepping in to guide and stepping in to dominate. That's the line Amber seems to crash over every single time. Alright, putting my host hat on fully now. What's my take watching this as an outsider looking in? It's sad. It's genuinely sad. Because reality TV fame is a weird drug. When cameras are rolling, are you playing up the drama, or are you so deep into it that you've lost perspective? Amber Johnston is setting up a scenario where when the cameras stop, she might look around the Thanksgiving table and find it empty. We just watched Anna spend a holiday alone with her pets. Not because she's a terrible kid, but because stubbornness prevented an invite. To me, the most shocking part of Amber's behavior is the refusal to course correct publicly. Most of us, if we saw ourselves looking cruel on national TV, we'd scramble to fix it. We'd apologize. But the wall seems so high. The vulnerability is missing. If this family wants to survive, reality show or not, there has to be a moment where Amber stops weaponizing the my way or the highway option. Otherwise, as we've seen with Anna, the kids will eventually choose the highway, no matter how much it hurts them. So that's the deep dive Real Fam. A painful family moment, a shocking lack of empathy, and a fan base that's turning from annoyed to genuinely worried. But I want to hear from you. I'm not just talking into the void here. Do you think editing is making Amber look worse than she is? Reality TV has a way of splicing the worst 5 seconds of a 10-hour day. Or do you think this is just her true colors finally being impossible to edit around? Drop a comment down below. Let's keep it respectful. No name calling, no attacks, just real conversation. How would you handle this if Amber was your parent? And more importantly, if you're a parent watching this, have you ever struggled with letting go of your adult kids? It's harder than it looks. We're here to talk about real family dynamics, messy and complicated and uncomfortable as they are. If this video sparked a thought, smash that like button to support the channel and hit subscribe if you're new and you love authentic reality TV deep dives. We got plenty more coming. Until next time, stay kind and don't let control ruin your connection.
Peace.